So what we want to do is get really clear about what it is that we want, specifically what it is that we want. You probably want to get more specific than you think you need to. But once you get specific, then you want to tactfully, let people know, hey, this is what I want. And if that's the world rises to give you, then great. If they're not willing to give you that, then the world and the universe will probably let you know. Hi, welcome to Made to Matter podcast. And I am your host, Adam Landrum, where we help men on their journey to a more fulfilled and purpose-driven second half. And I say a different little tagline every time. And the reason I do that is to make a point. And the point is that you don't have to have your purpose wordsmith. You don't have to have it perfect. Capture the essence, know the essence, remember what it is that you're doing. But that's not what we're going to talk about this podcast, this episode. We're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about this idea of knowing what it is that you want. And the reason why I think this is such an important topic is really because I hear this issue quite often. It's why people come to me for coaching. They don't explicitly say, hey, Adam, you know what? I don't know what it is I want. It is more of like, I have some discontent. I have, there's something bigger that I want to do. I need clarity around what that is. So clarity is a buzzword. And gosh, what should I do? And people sometimes hope I'll tell them what to do based on my experience from agency life and business and, founding a business and selling it. To a bunch of purpose work I've done of around life coaching. The reality of it is I'm not going to tell them exactly what to do. I'm going to help them discover it. But what we need to do first, whether it is we're trying to get a promotion or we're trying to get our ideal career or we want to go launch our own business, I'm going to help them figure out what they want. So I had 2 calls today. One was about a strategy career move. And this individual was really, they're setting their compensation. They're getting their comp plan down, right? And he was struggling with making sure that he was being treated fairly and that he was being valued. And I just stopped and said, have you told them what you want in this? Like, and what is it that you want? And the question was like, gosh, I don't know what I want. Well, it's really hard to get what you want if you don't know what you want, right? And I know, and I'm not making fun. I'm not taking that lightly. I think this is a common thing. Is like we have dissonance and we're unhappy because we're not getting our needs met. But yet at the same time, we haven't identified for ourselves what it is we want. And therefore, we haven't communicated what it is we want because we can't. We don't know what it is that we want. So what we want to do is get really clear about what it is that we want, specifically what it is that we want. You probably want to get more specific than you think you need to. But once you get specific, then you want to tactfully, let people know, hey, this is what I want. And if that's the world rises to give you, then great. If they're not willing to give you that, then the world and the universe will probably let you know. No, sorry, that's not in the cards today. The second call that I got was very similar. It was about someone who had sold their business, very successful, and they wanted to figure out what they want to do in their second half, and it's most likely to start another business. Of course, the question was what is it that you really want? If you want to be an extremely good coach, I mean, if you want to take your coaching to a next level, throw in really. Yeah, that really helps. And I'm half serious. It's a good question in terms of what is it that you really want, or what is it that's really going on here would be another form of that question. So He was just telling me that he has this option, he has that option, he could go do this or he could go do that. It was sort of all over the place, right? Which, hey, it makes sense. You're just trying to figure out what the next thing is, and he wants some coaching to get some clarity around that. But the challenge I threw out is like, let's not do a bunch of contingency plans. Why don't we first identify what we really want and then go for it? Let's absolutely dream this big thing and go for it. Now, a lot of times that's scary because when we dream this big thing, it means maybe a lot of work. It means risk. It means I could fail. And so it makes sense that we would sort of do stuff that we'd be okay with because we're really trying to mitigate risk and we don't want to look bad. And I think that's, again, the point of why people get coaches is because they know that's a tendency to play it safe. And those who want to really make a difference, those who want to make an impact and want to really knock the second half out of the park, they know that. They know that's a tendency. So they want a coach that will help them determine what it is they want, and then help them build the plan to achieve what it is they want. I said I had two examples. I actually have a third example too, that happened, last week, and pretty much same pattern. The question was, or the situation is, maybe a couple of years outside of retirement. This person has a very big dream, but we're starting to hedge. We're starting to hedge with what we can do and what we should do, hopefully so that we can do the big dream. And we talked about that. We made some plans, and then I just flipped it. And I just said, hey, look, what if we did something different? What if we started now towards the big plan? We didn't make any contingency plans. And you've heard me say this before. We're burning boats and bridges or whatever you want to burn. Like, what if we went all in on making that happen now? We've got 2 years, maybe 3 years to create this runway for us to be able to take off. Instead of playing it safe and building up all these safety nets and just safety nets and escape routes, right? What if we just burned all that down and said, no, I've got 2 years and I'm going to go for it? It's actually what we've seen a little bit with our kids taking the ACT and SATs, is that because they can take them multiple times, guess what? They don't study very hard. And they're like, yeah, because I got another shot, next semester. I got another shot next year. And so my youngest is about ready to take her ACT, and she said, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to take it, and then I'll take it again in the spring. And credit to my wife, she said, no, this is the last time. Take it. Whatever results you get is what you get. Right? That puts some pressure on. Now she's got to study. Now she has to make it count. Now she has to make a difference. And the pressure's on because this score might determine what school she gets into and what school she doesn't. And that's sort of what the idea is. Know what you want, because it's going to change your behavior for you to get that. It's going to focus you. It's going to commit you. And you can tell other people. So when the universe conspires to help you, it knows how to help you. If you don't know what you want, well, it's going to be hard to get what you want. So, the idea is here also why this happens is we're fear-based and we're safety-based. We're risk adverse. That all makes 100% sense. Totally makes sense. If you want to live differently, however, than the status quo, if you believe that you have potential and you believe you can do it different and you believe you can make an impact, then what you need to do, in my opinion, is identify what it is that you want. Purpose, of course, plays a huge role in that. What is your purpose? Why are you here? Why then do you want this? When you start aligning your purpose with your wants, that's when the magic happens. When you know what you want, and you're certain that is what you want, then you will go all in and go make it happen. If you sort of know what you want and you're not super sure that's what you want, well, guess what? That's the type of effort you're going to get. And you may or you may not get it. Yeah, like the Yogi Berra says, if you don't know where you're going, any path will take you there, right? So that's the deal around want. I see it all the time. We don't know what we want. And I just advise you take some time, spend some time, talk with your friends, talk with those close to you, your spouse, right? Talk about like, hey, I think I really want this. Get their feedback, see what they think, but be resolved and figure out what it is that you want. Stick to it and then go make it happen. Thanks for joining me. And I hope to see you on the next episode of Made to Matter.